Hello, here is an AYD League game won by black by 19.5, so quite a large margin. White looked really good in the beginning and in the first half of the game, but once white is losing the corner in the top left in a co-fight, the game got reversed. So let's have a look. First of all, we have an opening with black using the Chinese Fuseki, low Chinese pattern here. Now white plays the modern style, invades the San, but actually white can also consider R14, which is very common, or approach the left side. It used to be very popular to play D13 and then extend back to D10. Now black could play D10 right away, because this is what black is usually aiming for from the Chinese Fuseki, to extend to the middle of the side of D10 and then eventually get the Shimari at E16. That would be ideal. Also, white can think about D16, which is very popular nowadays. So D16 and the San invasion early at R17 are the modern ways to approach the Chinese Fuseki. Now many times here, black simply protects the corner D17, white Hane on the other side, and this way black keeps the top side, but white develops on the left. So in a way, white managed to limit black's Moyo or black's expansion in the top. But nothing wrong to play San in the top right, that's also modern. So black plays the block towards the top because he already got the extension at J17, which is fine, makes sense to block that way. Now white ends up the Joseki with S14 and black can play away. But for black it's a little bit too conservative to go M16 here. It feels kind of over concentrated. He doesn't need to play that move right now. Locally, black can think about R14 or Keima R13. Also, at this stage already, black should consider ways to attack the other corners, either this one, or simply expand the left side at D10. White is not going to jump in right away at M16, so black really doesn't have to worry about that to make it a priority and defend. So far, black is focused only on the top side, and this is good for white because now if white approaches again the left side and then extends here, black has all his eggs in one basket, and that top side can still be invaded or reduced. So in the end, this is a nice Fuseki for white to develop on three sides, while black is just focusing on one. So white decided to play this R13, which is a move that comes a little later. It's a move where you make the transition between Fuseki and middle game, so you don't have to play it immediately. There are still bigger points right now. The Shimari here at O3 or O4, it's fine, or one of the corner enclosures in the lower left, it's also okay. And of course, this kind of approach is on the left. So if something like this happens, white it's absolutely fine. If black plays a move at R13 right away, white can always push, turn in center, and then grab another big point. So it's not that urgent to play this R13 because it's not going to attack the corner too severe. But okay, when you play R13, you're actually interested to develop the right side and in a way make sure the Moyo in the top doesn't become too large. Even though black can still play this cap or play a Tsuke like this, then a tiger mouth, Hane, and leave the position this way and continue with other moves on the board. So R13 feels a little bit slack right now, but in general it's a good move, especially that from R13 what white wants to do next is to jump in the middle at P13 and increase the right side while limit the top side. So black extends on the left at D10, which is good because what black is trying to do here, if white simply takes a corner, let's say E13, black will also make a Shimari in the top. So every time black has a Shimari here and the two extensions in place, one in the top, one on the left side, this formation on like a quarter of the board feels ideal for black. So right now, white should really find a way to get inside that Moyo. So normally when you see this middle side extension, the old style of play was always E16. Now the modern way is to go D16 attach and try to make more room for a base in the top. E16 is the move to play because that's what black wants to do. So take the Shimari. Therefore, when you play here, black will go Keima, then you attach in the corner and pull back. Now black will descend to put pressure on the 3 stones, while simply extends for a base, but this time you gotta take the smaller extension. Now black can jump from this direction or from the top, but either way, white it's already safe. So white has a base and can come out in the center, Well, it's a little bit over concentrated, but white managed to break black's moyo, living inside there. And this should also happen in the actual game, but somehow white got a little bit tricked in that fight. So anyway, it's super urgent to invade the top. There's another way to continue. If black goes, for example, d17 to make sure, to put more pressure on the white invasion, white doesn't have to block because the extension is already taken. I mean, black has this j17 move already in place. So for white to play a tiny extension here, it just feels too crowded. So what white will do on this kind of Kosumi, it's also Kosumi and jump into the middle. So this is a way to create Sabaki and a very light shape in a few moves to damage the moyo. Those are the common ways, and of course the modern style is to play the attach here. So when black hane this way, you will hane in the corner, connect, and then simply Keima to live inside. Then obviously black will develop the left side, so he's losing the moyo in the top, but he transfers the moyo on the left. But even so, it's okay for white to get into that corner. So the priority would be, or maybe the point, it's not to let black get e16. So either play here or tsuke in order to make sure black is not going to make an ideal formation. So let's see the original game. White attacks c8, approaches here. Instead of this approach, it's still okay to play e3 or p3 if you don't go in the top left corner, but that's the highest priority. So black plays a kick. That's kind of a thank you move. White feels good with this formation because this leaves a weakness at c11, and white could exploit this at some point in the game. Even now you can think about going inside and then play an extension here, then jump out and try to leave on the left side, because if you manage to leave, then this black group starts floating into the middle. So white goes for a Shimari, which is a big point. Actually here white still looks good. This Tsuke seems a little bit desperate. Black should think about f3 and extend around here, or make his extension in the top to set up the box. But I think he will get it, this div e16, sometime soon. This Tsuke is not necessary. Actually on the right side, it's more interesting to play r5, extend, oops, that's a misclick, then turn, and now extend for a base. This is a better invasion if black wants to play something modern and more active with a contact play. It just feels good for white to answer like this. So black shape, when he connects, it's super heavy. This is the kind of move q4 you play as a co-threat. So if there is a big co-fight, this kind of attach, it's a good co-threat. Therefore black shouldn't waste it now. And when black connects here, white is very happy to take away the extension, and it could be even closer, like r8 or q8, because it puts more pressure on the 3 stones. So black has to run out, then Tsuke can pull back, and now black is in trouble. So anyway, white got the extension, because if white plays away, black obviously wants to extend here, so it makes sense to play r9. Black didn't care about that. Normally black should do something here, like this shoulder hit and go up. But now he took the Shibari in the top left corner, and there is still a lot of Aji there. For example, if white plays here, and then a 2 space extension to get the base, and then black simply covers to put pressure, white can use this c14 as bait in order to invade the corner at c17, then hane, connect, and extend for a base in the top. Or play the hanging connection in order to extend even further. So just breaking this area, and it's like 20-30 points minus for black in that corner, compared to the actual game where black killed and built everything. This cap is good. The 3 stones are under pressure, so the position is still good for white actually. This jump, it's also okay. Well, white can jump from this direction, then hane and nobi, then kosumi. So this way you're pushing black stones on the neutral area as much as possible. And then if you simply get let's say, so black hits out to connect to the top, and you get an extension on the bottom, you start making this kind of box. It's possible. But I think the attack from the right side was good too. This feels nice because you can build the territory at r11 and black is still running out. So black attaches, he goes out. Yeah, this is all good for white. Here it's interesting to consider Atari, but obviously black is not going to connect and let white surround. Black will probably push through, then white captures, black will no be, peep here. These two stones on the right side can connect to the top or to the bottom. So white can cover, and when black plays here, white plays this move. If black separates here, white connects to the right. So this would give white a very nice wall and a Ponuki. It's a powerful formation. So actually white can consider Atari. It's more a bit more aggressive, but this was fine. Black went out, white pushes along, black makes life, but this jump is not necessary. If usually this shape, when it's on the third line or fourth line, it's okay to jump like this so you don't let your opponent press you down. But here, anyway, the group on the right side will leave. So if black plays a move like L6, is not such a big deal. Let's say you make a Shimari F3, then black goes here, and then you play another move at L4 or K4. So making the territory on the third and fourth line, it's more pragmatic. You will get it instead of going to the fifth or sixth line, and then when black comes inside, it's hard to kill this group. Therefore, this L6 seems a little bit of a waste. It's more like a neutral point. The shape is nice locally, I mean, if you just regard this kind of formation, but overall, it was better to play away or try to invade the top left. This F3 is good, nice direction of play. Black needs to extend for a base, and N3 it's a little bit soft. The way to attack this group is to go M2. Now when black pushes on top, you pull back. The stones are connected here, so if black pushes again, you bump. And when black turns, you can still put a lot of pressure on this group with a cap move, for example. And then Tetsuji J2 to take away the base. Now this group, it's on the run, and it's quite painful for black. It doesn't have ice yet. You can peep here, separate, and keep attacking. Even if this group somehow escapes, getting strong in the middle, it's much easier to erase the top left area. So entry was a little bit slack. Yeah, black has to jump out, white jumps along, and black defends. But here, white still has this kind of move and Tsuke to take away the base. This move is really soft, because anyway the group on the right side, it's alive, there's nothing to do about that. So let's just imagine we play, I don't know, some Tsuke in the top left corner. If black pushes here, you make a bamboo, and this one is going to affect the bottom group. So now black has to pull back here. Therefore, the exchange 2, 3, 4 is not beneficial for black. And if black plays here, now you make the tiger mount. But otherwise, this move doesn't do much. Black is fine on the right. Ooh, he got a little bit panicked, but black can go out here with Nobi or block this way, and on the Hane again, white Nobi. So this is like taking a few neutral points in Gote. Then white can, black can try some other moves. So yeah, okay. Now the exchange feels good because black defended a bit chicken style. So white is trying to reduce the top. It's interesting for white to use this 2k in the corner to see whether black defends with a Hane or a Nobi downstairs like this. If Hane, you can always use a crosscut, and then when black plays to capture the stone, you play Atari from the outside and simply descend, and now you live in the corner unconditionally. But the way it happened in the game was even better. So white had a big chance to live inside on a very large scale. This Nobi was good. Hane Tsuke was good too. Then increase your ice space more. Hane here very good. But now instead of cut, you can Hane under. And this is already alive. If black cuts, you have the ladder. If black connects, you can just pull back. Then on the Hane block, Atari connect. When black connects here, Kosumi in the top, or descend. It's already alive. You have 4 in line here, so you don't even need to play anymore. You can play any other move, and this group it's alive. So the way to block it's Hane under, not the cut. But even after the cut was okay to leave. So black went down, then this is Sente. Instead of Hane, you can just play D17 Sente. Well, this is Sente all the time. But now, you don't need to Hane and go for the Ko. It's good enough to play B18. And B18 will leave unconditionally. When black goes down, white makes a knight at C19. When black tries to kill the second die in the corner, it actually doesn't work. So these are the 2 eyes. Now, if black tries to kill by playing the vital point in the top, so for example, black plays C19, you can play Hane, then defend this way. And now when black connects under, you block, and again there are the twice. So here you don't go like this, like this, like this, Hane, and only one eye. You just Hane here and make the second eye. If black goes in the corner, white blocks here. If black goes down, you can throw in an Atari from behind, because there are lots of outside liberties, so black will never be able to connect. It's a shortage of liberties, and when something like this happens and he goes Atari, you just capture and there are the two eyes. So you could leave unconditionally, and once you play Hane and the 2-2 point, now it dies. So that's a pity. I mean, well, it's a co fight, but you can leave or die in co, and it's not the same thing. There were more co threats here, no? No, actually, it's fine like this. Take the co. Taking again, it's an option actually. If black goes down here, you can still erase the left side with a Hane, like this. But in the top right, you have this Hane, and when black blocks, you can play here. If black goes down, now you play this one, and you have a co fight in the corner. So you leave in a ko on the left, and now you still have a ko in the top right. But if you have ko threats, it's okay to answer once. Now we gotta find a threat. That's not big enough. Let's see something bigger. Well, this would be an interesting local threat on the left side, but black will eliminate the ko, then white connects under, and black needs to play some other moves to make sure the top left corner dies. In the top right as a ko threat, instead of descent, it's better to play Hane, because when black captures here, white can jump. So this way, white reduces more. And if black tries something in the corner, it's gonna fail. So Hane instead of Nobi. Nobi can be ignored. Then white jumps, black pushes, and black should actually play a one space jump. But it's a pity white lost this corner because he was supposed to leave unconditionally. So jump out. This way, black can use the Tetsuji. So better play a one space jump. When black connects, slide with Keimo. And now we have a trade. Well, it already feels a little bit better for black, even after killing the top right corner. I mean, this is just compensation for losing the top left, but yeah, hard to come back now. So let's see if any other surprises could happen in the small endgame stage. Yeah, not much to do. White can cut. If black plays here, Atari, if Atari from above, connect, Atari from the side, capture. So white builds more. And black doesn't get inside too much with Atari Q9. This is Sente. Also Sente, very good. You can play Atari from here, then connect. Or capture another stone and on the cut, connect here. It's gonna die inside. It's not like he will play here, and when you play this one, it uses the Atari because you capture the stone. So he can't do anything to get inside. So here you could take another stone. Let's see here. Atari from this direction, black connects, white connects. If Atari here connect, if this one connect, Atari defend again, and black has to come back. So you could gain a few points here and there, but maybe still difficult to come back so much, because you need like 20 points to win this game. So the main issue was not invading the top left corner early enough, and also when you had the chance to leave inside, you didn't have to go for a ko, but leave unconditionally. So I guess that's pretty much it about this game. So in the early stage, it's okay to think about the E16 or D16 invasion right away, instead of allowing black get a Shimari there with the 2 middle side extensions. But most of the time white looked good in this game, and once the co fight happened in the top left corner, the game got reversed. So better luck next time to revenge against these opponents.